guys, so today's video is going to be a Q&A. I'm really excited about this. I have not done a Q&A for a long time. If this is my first Q&A, I just said Q&A like 50 times. If this is my first one that you've seen of mine, I will link all of my old ones below. I really try not to answer all the same questions, that way it's not the same thing every time. I've answered a lot of really basic questions about myself. I'll have everything linked down below. A really good video to watch is the 50 facts about me. I feel like that really helps you get to know me. But anyway, so I asked you guys on my Instagram. If you don't follow me, it is Jaclyn Brooke with 3 N's because the regular Jaclyn Brooke was taken. Let's find it. So the first question is, what do you use to edit your videos? So I use Final Cut Pro. I bought it, I think, literally after my second paycheck from YouTube because I see my channel as an investment and I wanted to invest in that, and it is a one-time purchase, so I think that that was simple enough to make. So I do use that. That's what I use, but iMovie is so easy to use as well. Okay, someone asked, did you play soccer for school, competitive, club, or both? I played both. If you guys didn't know, I did play soccer. I was really into soccer. Like, I've played it as long as I can remember. I think it's like 14 or 15 years I played. I think it's really important to be in a sport. I think it taught me a lot about just like working with people and working on a team, but yet still putting in your part. So yeah, and I'm very competitive, which I feel like a lot of people don't know about me. They think I'm just like this girl that loves girly things, which I do, but I also like to get a little rough. I like to push people around a little bit. So somebody asked, what is your favorite thing about college? Wow, that is a good question. I would say my favorite thing about college is the schedule, that like literally every single day is different. Now, if you're like a major type A personality, that may stress you out, but if you're like me and you just wanna, do whatever you wanna do, then it's literally amazing, because some days you could have, 4 hours of classes, another day you could have 0 or just 1. And I don't know, I just love like the whole freedom aspect in that. I don't know, I'm just a very independent person, and so the fact that I could get more independence was like the best thing ever. Okay, somebody asked, are you a morning person? Yes, I thrive in mornings. Like, just a good example of this, me and Emily, she's my roommate, also my brother's fiance. If you don't know her, here's her Instagram, you can check her out. She's so cute and so sweet. We were sleeping in bed together and my brother came in and woke us up because we were visiting him at college, and like he slept out in the living room so that we could have the bed to sleep together. So me and Emily were sleeping and he came in and woke us up with music, and like really loud music, and I woke up and I was like, I love this song. So I popped out of bed and I just started singing and dancing, like literally right after I woke up. And then Emily, she took a second to wake up, and then she said to me later, she was like, I just don't understand like how you were just able to wake up and then just start dancing, because she needs to take her time and she's more of a night owl. So I think it's just funny, like the major contrast between that. But yes, love mornings. They are my favorite times. It's just like, I don't know, it's the only time of day that I think I'm a little slow, and I appreciate that, where like I can be slow. So I'll wake up early so that I can have plenty of time to get ready for class. I like over an hour to get ready, and it's not like it takes me that long. I don't know, I just like to read my Bible, go get my coffee, look out the window, and just do whatever. Okay, so someone said advice on Christian dating. Well, I don't know if I'm the person to ask for that, because I've only dated one person, but I do truly believe that there is a lot of, I don't know, like, our culture makes dating so lax, and it's like not, like, to me that is something that's really important, and I take it very seriously. And as a Christian, I think you should, because it's the potential of somebody to marry with, and when you say yes for the rest of your life. Like, I will not opt for a divorce. That is not an option to me. Like, it's not even oh, okay, well, that will happen. Like, I am going to fight for my marriage, and that's really important to me. And so as a Christian, I would just say, like, write down, okay, if you're a girl, this is what I did. Write down a list of things that are non-negotiables with a guy, and that, okay, like, I can be lenient on this. So for me, I have 2 non-negotiables. One is that he's a Christian, and I don't mean like, oh yeah, he goes to church on Sundays and he, volunteers a little bit here and there. No, I mean like he is on fire for Jesus. And the reason that I want that is because I am that, and I am passionate. I am a very passionate person, and I want my marriage to be a ministry to people. And so I think that that's very important. And so my husband, or whoever I'm with, whoever whoever I'm dating to see if I would like to marry them. Like, I need to see that in them. Like, that should be something that is easy to see. If you say, well, I don't know, like, then that's not it. Does that make sense? Like, it should be very visible. And then my second thing is that he's a leader. I really need a leader because I'm a leader. I am not your regular girl, okay? I grew up with 3 brothers and a very, very strong dad. So strong dad, strong combination of 3 brothers that are all very level-headed and very stern. Like, I gotta be that too to grow up in that family. And my mom is too. So it's like, we are just a family of like bulls, okay? And so I just always grew up that way, and that's just my personality, and that's how God made me. And so I'm a leader, so I need someone that's even more of a leader that can lead me. And that's really important to me, and it's very, very difficult to find. Like, it's very rare that I ever see a guy and go, wow, you're a leader. So yeah, those are the 2 things for me that are non-negotiable. Now, other things that I would really love to see in a guy that I don't absolutely need to be there is like, well, one of them, like, I would hope he likes coffee, you know, because I love coffee, but that's so stupid. So obviously, like, that shouldn't even be written down, you know what I mean? But it probably is on my list. And then another thing is that, like, I really want my husband to love the family dynamic. I crave so badly to be a good wife, a godly wife, and have kids and be a godly mother and, like, let my kids see Christ through my marriage. And so I really want that to be important to him. And I think that those things will kind of fall in place if those other 2 non-negotiables are there. So just random things like that obviously don't have to have, but I think are a huge role. Like, that may be something where the guy has those other 2 things, but if he doesn't have that one thing, I may go, you know what, I'd rather wait. That's just an example. I went on way longer than I thought about that. But if you guys want really good Christian dating advice, I would recommend listening to The Porch. You guys are like, oh my gosh, Jaclyn, you've told us a million times. Okay, The Porch has a series called, I'm pulling it up right now. So you need to get their app, first of all. Their app is so much easier to work, so they have all their series right here. And Fantasy is a great series. So there's Fantasy Love, Fantasy Girl, Fantasy Guy, and Fantasy Marriage. And it just really, like, lays out, like, what you should be looking for, what not to look for, like, what's important, what's not, all of this. And I totally recommend this series. It's so good, it's so truthful and very clear. And so I would recommend that if you're looking for some really good advice. And go in order, like, don't just choose one. So, like, oldest first, that way it's like listening to it from the beginning until the end. Okay, somebody said, what made you start your YouTube channel? And I love watching it. Well, thank you so much. That means so much to me. If you guys actually want, I have a video kind of on why I started my channel. It's called What I Learned from 2017. It is a very raw and real video. So you get to know a lot about, like, what hurt I have felt in my life and why I started my channel, because it was out of hurt and also out of, like, wanting to do something radical for Jesus. So yeah, definitely check that video out down below. Okay, I like this question. Somebody said, do you consider yourself a healthy eater, or do you have a lot of cheat days? Question mark. Well, I would say generally I eat pretty healthy. I do have a meal plan, but I prefer to cook. I love cooking. I think it's so much fun here. Like, experimenting is probably one of my favorite things. And then I do have a lot of cheat days though. I eat candy about every single day. I used to eat ice cream every night, but I've been trying to cut out dairy just for my skin and just to see how my skin does, and it's definitely been improving, so that's pretty good. Have I completely cut it out? No, I kind of cheat a lot. Like, I'll add some cheese on things, but for the most part, I cut it out. And then the whole candy thing, I have not had candy for 2 days, so that's pretty good. So I may go crazy the next few days from a sugar withdrawal. So overall, I generally eat pretty healthy, but if I want a piece of pizza, I'm gonna eat that pizza and it's gonna be good. Okay, somebody asked, are you waiting until marriage? I get this question in almost every single Q&A, and I think this is something that I want to share because I think people are embarrassed about this and they should not be. There's no shame in this. Yes, I am waiting until I get married. I am a virgin and I am gonna stay that way until I get married. I think that that is something that is so important. I just think it's gonna be the most special thing when I can look at my husband and say, like, I saved myself for you, and I'm not comparing you to anybody else I've had in my life, and there's not going to be that toxicness between us. Now, as for him, I don't know, and if he was living a different lifestyle before meeting Christ, then that's okay. Like, I will not forgive him for that, but I can get past that, but I still am going to control what I can do in my part in that. Like, I still think that that would be very special for me to give myself to him, even if he lived a different life, if that makes sense. And girls, if you want to do that, have no shame in that. You don't need to go telling everybody like I am. But be confident in that and don't compromise on that. Okay, so somebody said, as a busy college student, in what ways do you prioritize your relationship with Jesus? This is a really good question. I wake up really early in the morning so I can just take my time doing what I want, as in like reading my Bible, praying. And I think it's just important that you don't just like leave your relationship with Jesus when you close your Bible. You live life through the eyes of Jesus. You love others like Jesus loved others, and you share Jesus with people. This is something that has become so clear to me lately, that I'm keeping this in me, and I'm not called to do that. I need to share his love with people because people are searching for it, and that doesn't mean you need to go shove it down their throat, but like I can tell them why I'm so happy. It's because I've got Jesus. It is nothing that the world has provided me. Like, you could take my YouTube channel away and I will still be just as happy. Will I miss it? Yeah, but like I don't put my identity in that, and I think that that's really important. I think girls need to know that you can't put your identity in other things except for Jesus in order to truly find joy and happiness in life. Someone asked, have you ever had a real job? As if YouTube is not a real job, but I get that. Yes, I have. I have been working since literally 2nd grade. I think a lot of people misunderstand that like I just, have money or whatever, but like I've worked almost all my life because I've had to pay for a lot of things myself. And though it was my dad's business, I would say that made it 10 times harder, because it's hard to work with family and it's hard to work for your family because they have certain expectations for you. But I didn't just work under my dad. Like, my dad would put me in a job under other employees that he had and stuff. So I did a lot of different things at that job, but I definitely worked hard. It was definitely a hands-on job. So yes, I have had a real job. Someone asked, will you be a bridesmaid in Grant and Emily's wedding? Yes, I will. I am so excited. I really can't wait. We got our dresses and I tried it on and it's so cute. Okay, someone asked, where is your favorite place that you've been to? I would say that my favorite place that I've been to is Paris. I loved Paris. The food was amazing. I loved the beautiful like architecture and just everything that was there, the history. I don't know, I loved it, and I didn't have a ton of time there. That is a place I'd really love to go back to. And the macaroons, or however you say that, I feel like I hear people say it different. Macaroons. I'll insert a picture here, but those are my favorite desserts ever. Like, I will definitely spend $2.50 on one of those, okay? I am obsessed. If I walk past, you know how like malls always have those little booths with them? I have to get one. I can't say no. It's a really hard for me to say no. Sometimes I do it because, you gotta practice discipline, but I love those and they're so yummy, and I had the best ones ever there just because that's like the place where they're from. So definitely my favorite place, probably because of the food. Okay, somebody asked dream vacation. My dream vacation is Bora Bora. I want to go there so bad. It would be so cool if I could go there for my honeymoon, and the average price to stay there is like over $2,000 a night. So, well, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I would really love to go there and do that. I think that'd be the best trip. So a ton of people have asked how college is going. I actually did a life update recently. I will link it down below. That kind of updated you on my college life, my YouTube life, and just like my faith in general. Sorry, I feel like I got shorter. I decided to sit on my butt instead of my knees, so I'm gonna move that down. Not good. I'm gonna move you down again. Oh gosh, that's good. That's great. Okay, I like this question. Somebody said, how do you get good deals at Lululemon? So we all know Lululemon is so expensive and a pain in the butt to pay for. But if you're like me, the leggings are so worth the money. It is definitely my guilty pleasure. Ooh, I don't like that saying. I don't know why I just said that. But it is definitely something that I do kind of splurge on every once in a while. Not super often. Fun fact is that I read this somewhere. Not sure if it's actually a fact, but to me it's a fact. I think it's a fact. Every Thursday they put out their new sale items. So if you go in store, they always have a sale rack and you can get stuff there. So if anything is colorful or a design, I guarantee you it will go on sale unless it gets sold out. But if it's like a pair of black leggings, you're never gonna get a pair of black leggings on sale. Like, that just does not happen. So if you want a basic, you're just gonna have to pay full price, but anything else that's like fun or colorful will usually go on sale. Okay, I really like this question. Somebody asked, what are your political views? I'm not going to get specific with you guys, but as a believer, I do think it's important to be active in politics. You need to use your vote, whether you're a Christian or not. Like, that is so important. And so to me, I vote based off of what person's views are most in line with the Bible. And though that could be really hard, let's say you have two candidates that are just like awful, you got to pick the lesser of two evils. But overall, you just need to trust that like the government is in God's hands. Like God reigns over our government. So even though it could be the worst government, like God is still in control. And you guys are probably like, Jaclyn, are you even old enough to vote? Yes, actually I am old enough to vote, and I have voted twice in my age, so I think it's important. Okay, somebody asked if you were to get a tattoo, where and what would you get? First of all, I never want to tattoo anything permanent like that. Heck to the no. Like, I am the most indecisive person, so I could never think of something I want permanently on my body. So I really couldn't tell you where it would be somewhere where nobody could see it. That way, you know, like if I did get nervous about it, whatever, I'd almost even put it somewhere where I can't even see it. That way I'll forget about it. But I probably wouldn't. I just think, to me, I'm like, that stresses me out. I would feel really dirty. Like if I write on my hand or something, I just want to go clean it off because it kind of grosses me out. So like one time I wrote content on my hand because I needed to be content, but I hated seeing it all the time. But it reminded me that I need to be content. But I will never get a tattoo. Okay, somebody asked, is there an ideal age you hope to be married by? So this is actually a really funny question. Whenever I was younger, I said that I wanted to be married by 20, and I'm 19 now, and I'm not in a relationship, so that's going really well. But no, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding. That was actually like really my goal. But right now, I don't know. I don't really have like an ideal age, and I don't want to create that expectation because before going to college, I was like, okay, by the time I get out of college, like I'll definitely either be married or I'll be getting married. And that has been a really unhealthy mindset. So if you're thinking that now, get out of that mindset. That's very unhealthy because you don't know. You just don't know. So I don't have like, I don't really know when. I would like to get married young, just because I really want to live my life with that person as much as possible and then have kids. Like I want to experience things before having kids, but I do want to also have kids kind of young. That way that like there's not a huge age gap between me and my kids so that I can experience most life with them. Does that make sense? And I'm not going to be like a lame fart all the time. I don't have a specific day or year, because I've realized that is a very toxic mindset and that's hurtful. So just whenever the Lord wants, I will take whenever. Okay, so that is the last question I'm going to answer. I've literally been filming for 30 minutes. I know I'll cut like half of it out, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you want to be included in my next Q&A. Once again, I'll have all the videos linked down below that I talked about for you guys. I'll put every Q&A, my 50 facts about me, and then my what I learned from 2017 video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.